Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different over here. I typically don't do a lot of like breakdowns and stuff like that, but with Deep Rock Season 5 being one of the longest gaps between seasons, right? Between Season 4 and Season 5 was a pretty long wait. As well, there's just a lot here, right? 7 minutes. I think this is actually one, or almost actually 8 minutes. This is actually one of the longest trailers I believe Ghost Ship has actually put out. As well, too, if people remember, actually some of the more successful videos I've done on this channel is actually season 4 recordings, right? The mission briefings, rewards, and things like that. So this is gonna be we're gonna watch the video, but it's not gonna be like an all. Maybe we'll do that. No, I think we'll pick apart as we go. So if you're looking to watch the trailer as like all in one, straight through, this is not the video for you. This is just going to be very like slowly going through it, picking at it, getting all the details right. Though it's not in this video itself, in this trailer, there's a couple glimpses, but you don't see everything. But I do actually have all seasons 1 to 100 rewards as well on a different video. Sorry, pulled up. And we're just going to kind of go through everything. And I thought I'd give this a go and see how people respond, right? Because when season 4 came out, I didn't have all this setup going on, right? So I was using my Xbox recordings to do like just small little clips. So I thought I'd kind of compile this all into kind of one little stream recording type deal, right? But yeah, let's just dive right into here and see what we kind of pick apart. Side note, I did actually already watch this, so this is not like brand new to me, but yeah, let's dive in.
Hello miners, welcome back. Another DRG update is coming in, hot off the presses.
As you can already see too here, right? The new enemy, the Crawler. I'll probably talk about this a little bit later on, but I do believe that these guys are a prelude to Rogue Core that's coming out later next year. If you do read the blogs that they put on for that game, they talk about a more cosmic horror feeling that they want to do with it. So more, I don't want to say like Lovecraftian style monsters, but it's not going to be your traditional glyphid monsters, right? Or it's not just going to be glyphids. There's going to be more horror element to it.
This is season 5, drilling deeper. Let's get right into it. With the Rockpuck's threat neutralized, management...
Get used to this. This is going to be a long video. I do know a lot of people really hated the lithophage outbreak, but I feel like I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed the season. Mind you, I haven't completed the battle pass yet. I think I'm at like level 90. And I get it in the sense that if you were playing this game like nonstop since season 4 started, I took a bit of a break. I think I took like a 4 or 5 month break. I took a pretty long break from DRG, just to catch up on a lot of other games that came out. But in recent weeks, I've been getting back into it, and lately, yeah, I thought I liked the element of there being some sort of like plague, some sort of infection, right? So I really like that element of the map, and I like the ore cracking event too, and I enjoyed it. But I do get people's disdain for it. I felt that more towards the robots than I do with the lithophage, but that's just a personal opinion on my side. I do like though that season 5 is taking a more, Hawks, this is an ending type event, right? It's going, and I think he does make a line here saying it's getting back to what matters, which is money. So I do like that they're taking that kind of like end of the world approach, taking a notch back.
Has once again turned their attention to their main objective, profit.
Well, profit.
Our analyses show that there are even greater riches to claim near Hoxie's core.
Gorgeous. I love it. This is the very end of the new mission type that's coming in. And pretty much, yeah, you end up popping these like little blister things. I can't remember what they call it. They'll probably bring it up here in the video.
As such, we're expanding our range of operations with the new deep scan missions.
Deep scan, that's what it's called.
Hunt down resonance crystals hidden in the caves, then call down resonance scanners and get them hooked up. These scans will pinpoint the position of your final target, a dazzling Morkite geode. You'll need the brand new drill elevator to take you.
And when we get to the next part here, I'll bring it up. What it kind of reminds me of. So far, what I've seen what people play, because the experimental branch is out as of today. It looks like a very solid mission type. I never liked the sabotage mission. I've always hated it. As time has gone on and they kind of tweaked how difficult it was and like resources and stuff. Because I remember when that mission type came out, it was hard on Hazard 5. It was bad. But now that they've done some tweaks to it, it is definitely a lot better. And I've kind of warmed up to it. But like this is looking like a mission type that easily would have fit in 1.0. Like it's got everything going for it, which I really do like. And I really do like the elevator element that we're going to see coming up here too, because it kind of reminds me of some Halo 2 missions back in the old days.
You all the way down there. Keep local wildlife off the drill platform, maintain the machinery, and stay alive.
I just do wonder as well, because I'm a Hazard 5 player, so I do wonder how hard this will be to defend, especially if there's a new mutation where there's more range enemy attacks. And the thing about Hazard 5, if people don't play Hazard 5, is that to master Hazard 5, it's 100% about repositioning and movement. And when you're on this platform, there's not too much room to really maneuver, right? So if you have, the enemy's fairly spaced out and they're covering this whole platform, you're kind of done. So I wonder if there is any restrictions in terms of what can spawn here or how much, right? Because it could be a doozy.
We need you in one piece when you get down to the Morkite Geo.
Gorgeous. Loving the look of this all.
The precious Morkite
I'll just turn this down a little bit, actually. I'll keep that down low.
seeds.
Mine the seeds.
Then strap on some jet boots and blast back up for extraction.
Fly right up to the top, yeah.
Just as easy as it sounds.
Just looks like a real fun combat mission.
Also received reports of a strange new discovery.
So, and this is what I was talking about. Ooh. Here we go. Actually, this is actually... it's like I'm a professional or something like that. This is one of the new helmets in the Battle Pass. I was going to bring this up later on in a different video that I pulled up. But for whatever reason, man, Season 5 has some really good helmets. Like, they really said, like, you know what, Season 5 is helmets. Like, there's not as many, like, hairstyles compared to previous seasons, right? And this is one of them. And that's giving me, like, some Stormtrooper, like, some sort of Elite Trooper vibe to it, and I love it.
Core stones. These mysterious mineral amalgamations have begun sprouting seemingly at random throughout Hoxie's.
Yeah. See, and this is what I'm talking about, I guess, a prelude to Rogue Core, right? Like, you're starting to get, like, that... this is pretty Lovecraftian, actually, now that you think about it. Like, some sort of portal. You have these crawlers.
Wants their hands on them, but be forewarned. Disturbing the core stones seem to attract a new type of hyper-aggression.
Like, look at these things. Like, look at those spaces. That is... that is... You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to slow this down a little bit. Oh, wow. I have no idea why. This is, my bad. I probably should have did that first. Get that quality up here. But we're going to turn down this playback speed here and kind of just take a real look here. Because, like, when they talk about horror elements, right, for Rogue Core, like this is stuff that we've never seen in Deep Rock before. Seeing some more of that new helmet type there. And it does look like they're going to have some leap attacks. I'm just curious to see what their attack patterns are. But when they actually did the initial teaser, my guess was that these were like some sort of like mutated dwarves, right? That got lost down in the caves. Doesn't seem like that's the case now. These seems like, as the narrator will say, it's something deeper in the planet, right? And that's what Rogue Core is all about. It's going very, very deep. But like, God, their faces though, like oh, I don't know if they have a spit attack because I remember seeing this, making note of this before too, how the face just opens up like this. Again, going back to that more horror vibe here. But I don't think they have range attacks though. I think they just have various like weird, crazy melee abilities. And they also seem very, very tough. So I do wonder what how these things are gonna play like on Hazard 5. You see some of the, you could actually break their face plates off, right? Just leaving this, I even know, like weird brain gunk in the middle, which is obviously probably gonna be their critical spot. But yeah, like just, I guess you can't really see, but like just that face, you know, it's haunting. It's very haunting. All right, I just want to. I kind of wanted to see if there's some things I could pick up from there, and we picked up a few things there, like their face plates being able to break, opening their crisp spots and whatnot.
Deeper down in Huxley.
New framework here, I think.
Formerly dubbed core spawn crawlers, these mysterious fiends should not be underestimated. You'll need to dispatch them without.
And again, sorry, excuse me. He doesn't say glyphids. He says fiends. So, I mean, it's obvious, right, that they're not related to the glyphids, you know, family tree. But that's just more confirmation that these are just something else entirely.
Hesitation if you want to make it home alive.
So yeah, once you activate the seed from like that obsidian stone, it kind of looks like. I do wonder if it's gonna be like a chance that it doesn't like open up a void. But it seems like, yeah, you pick at it. Those guys, the crawler spawn, and then once you deal with them, the stone drops back down. And you put in one of these pods here, which
mind yourselves on this one, miners.
Goes back up to space rig.
And as if this crawler wasn't enough, we've observed a few other new threats.
I think this one might be a problem. We'll see how they balance this one.
Down in the caves, the Glyphid Stalker is a cunning new Glyphid variant. This one is capable of cloaking to near invisibility, burrowing for rapid repositioning, and launching ambush attacks that temporarily disable your shield.
Yeah, it just looks like a giant, oversized spooter. Got some barbed, hook claws there. I do wonder. I mean, again, I haven't played. I am recording this before looking into the testing branch, right? So people are probably already kind of figuring out what the damages are and stuff like that. But I do wonder how long these things keep you nuked, right? For your shield recharge. Because, again, Hazard 5, if these guys nuke your shields for long periods of time, like that's game over.
If you suspect a stalker is afoot, Group up, watch each other's backs, and cross your fingers. The Vartok's scale bramble is an invasive plant species consisting of an impenetrable acid-spitting core and an array of sensory feeler nodules.
Shootable
You'll need to
projectiles.
take out the nodules to make the
I wonder if this is the dense biozone specific too, or if this can just spawn in any region. But like, I mean, it's another cool plant, another enemy type. You can't go wrong with that, right? Just enriches the game. Again, too, as well, we're seeing some more. They sprinkle it throughout the trailer as well. Some of the new DLC armor, which, by the way, Ghost Ship is just bangers in terms of DLC lately. Like, I love the Biohazard Pack too as well. This looks like just a great new addition. And I know they always kind of talk about doing like a little collab with Helldivers, right? With Arrowhead Studios. I mean, they got capes here now, so it's not too far-fetched to... I think the Helldivers armor would fit perfectly with DRG. I think a lot of people think that too. Though DRG has never done a crossover before, right? So do we really need one? It's another question.
Then there's a new variant of the Infector species.
This guy's gonna suck. This guy is gonna suck.
Barrage Infector. This one's bigger and tougher than its spitballer cousin and fires a devastating salvo of explosive bile.
Shootable projectiles though, which is good. So hopefully your gunner is on point.
On the subject of new challenges,
With that, if your gunner's on point, they might be pretty easy to negate a lot of their attacks. I think what really comes down to this enemy type is just how much the health pool is, right? Because these things, if they take a lot of bullets, they can definitely be a big problem, right? Especially if they're in core areas where you need to mine or you got swarms coming. And you also have this guy, you know, throwing a shit ton of projectiles at you. Might have to be one of those, a new priority target, right? And that's what these enemies really do. And that's why I saw some videos where people were saying how they don't really like when new enemy types are added to Deep Rock because it just screws with the flow of the game. And like people really rebelled against the Stingtail, right, when that thing first came out and how busted that was. I just disagree with that, man. I think we need new enemy types because it just changes up the flow of the gameplay, right? It changes up the rhythm. When I'm rusty, the game gets pretty hard on Hazard 5, but like once I start playing for a little bit and I get back into my routine of playing Deep Rock almost, every day or every other day at least, doing my daily stuff like that, Hazard 5 becomes very, very easy. So when you start adding, Stingtails, the septic spreader kills me probably most of the time now. If I'm to die, it's probably because of the septic spreader, because they like to hide behind those ledges, right? And they'll just launch. And when you're too busy, dealing with acid spitters and Mactera, Trijaws and stuff like that, sometimes all it takes is that one step in that goo and you're dead, right? So I like the new enemy types. I think that Stalker is going to be interesting to see how, like, what the actual damage is and what the timing is for, your shield recharge being delayed. But so far, everything that I've seen that they're adding with Season 5 in the terms of enemy types I'm loving it. I think it's just going to keep the game even fresher. And fuck, I already have 2,000 hours in the game.
And watch out for splash damage. On the subject of new challenges, some ambitious miner damage. On the subject of new challenges, some
we got, so looks like they're gonna have a I can't remember with Season 4. Did Season 4... Because I know Season 4 had 2 parts for assignments, but I can't remember if you could do Part 1 and 2 back-to-back, or it was kind of like a mid-season thing where they added Part 2, right? Because it kind of furthered the story along. But regardless, we do have another season assignment, of course, which will have some narrative elements tied to it. And as the trailer is going to show here as well, you have to unlock the Beyond Lethal assignment. If I had to guess, again, mind you, I haven't checked out the experimental branch yet. I imagine you probably have to do each mission with, the variations, right? So, you have to do one mission with the most lethal enemies you can have. You have to do a mission with the most, monster density, damage to you, etc., right?
Ambitious miners have been requesting.
Or maybe you just have to complete this assignment on Hazard 5. Maybe it's just simple as that.
Difficulty for a while, and the company has delivered with Hazard 5 Plus. We now offer seasoned employees the opportunity to unlock adjustable Hazard 5 modifiers.
And as like I said, 2 more enemies, aggressive enemies, damage to players, how much health they have. I'm gonna really like this a lot in the sense, I'm probably just gonna touch more with mob density, because I think that's what really happens is that sometimes if you have a really efficient team, nothing can really get to you. So I feel like having just more enemies, not so much touching with this, because I don't even want to know what this is like when you have all this maxed out. But at the very least, more enemies is a very welcome change, and I am looking forward to see if I can master that in game.
Allowing you to boost the aggression and toughness of enemies, the number of them, and even your own.
And it looks like each one's about a few percentages, which is, again, nice payout, right? Especially when you're grinding out those overclocks and other things you need for upgrades, right?
Why would anyone want this? Why? To bring home a bigger paycheck, of course. It's a win-win for you and the company, unless
that looks like a new paint job too. I think that might be the Megacorp one.
Now, to further motivate you in your work, we've got a brand new performance pass for Season 5. With loads of new cosmetics and...
So this is where I'm actually going to break out of this, because since we're on the topic of Season Pass, I'm going to bring open this stream, because they actually did show off the whole Season Pass on a stream some days ago. I'm just going to take off the volume here too, because I got it slowed down. I believe that actually was the new skin that we saw. It is a little hard to see it here, but it kind of has like a sci-fi... It's like a sci-fi Megacorp style bundle, which I'm looking forward to see, because I did not like... Out of the 4 seasons so far, I've only ever liked the mil-spec weapon sets, so I am curious to see how these ones... And they do look really... and sadly, because he has it all technically unlocked, it doesn't zoom in on the picture. Just as you can see, it just has the credits, right? But the weapon skins look really good. Looks like we got some weapon paint jobs here. Of course, we have like a red-green style armor paint job. Trying to see what else. Kind of basic cosmetics in terms of like a unibrow, a mustache here, a little hat there. But other than that, this is just mainly going to be resources and he doesn't go over... I don't think he goes over the emotes, eh? He's very careful to not... Oh, won't even let us see it anyways, because it'll just say 1,000 credits, so... But anyways, this is what's more important. Is actually seeing the rewards themselves here. Of course, you're going to have your seasonal event bonuses. which I imagine is, if you remember seeing those things that you're grabbing in that like little at the very end of the mission type there. Looks like you have to collect those. In terms of rewards, just some hairstyles here, pickaxe part. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was already in a season before, I thought. Pickaxe part, little fedora, of course. Weird looking bug goggles. They do show this off too, and it's actually kind of cool because your eyes will be looking in different directions. Yeah, emote that we don't know about. Chin strap beer, some resources. I'll say this too. It seems like this battle pass doesn't get good until like 60 or 70. Like a lot of stuff here, like I just do not care about, which kind of does suck, right? You're getting lots of materials. This mustache is pretty cool. It's bullet casings that's holding it. But like, I mean, we're already at level 40, and I haven't really seen anything that I'm personally going to use, right? Armor paint job, we have to see how it looks applied. A little headband style, you know, Rambo look. I'm guessing this is some sort of gray beard type of hair dye, which is different because typically they put hair dyes at the very end of the battle pass. So it was curious to see this right here at 58. But that's probably the hairstyle that I will use because I like to think that my dwarves are green or gray beards now, right after, you know, being ranked 600 and something now in the game. And right here, 64, this is when we start getting into the really cool helmets and stuff like that. So 64 is when this battle pass really starts for me, I feel like. But a really cool, I feel like this would fit the driller very well. I couldn't even tell you what this is. It looks like a giant like flashlight. It's really strapped to your head. But again, just like a really cool, interesting helmet type. A couple hair parts here and a little face mask thing. Oh, this was a little fast. Let's see if I can. Oh. I won't spend too much. I won't try and get this, but that was the helmet that we saw earlier. That looked like the Stormtrooper helmet. That's low rank 84. Some new armor dyes, but this is the big one. That is cool as shit. I'm grinding for this. I want this very badly. It's that is the most dwarf thing they probably put in this game so far, and I definitely do want that. But anywho, little side dive there into the battle pass. I'll have to take a look at that in the experimental branch later on. I just don't have the time today, but I thought I'd still at least go through the narrative trailer and kind of see what's going on with that. They kind of just skim through it here. They don't really dive too much. I thought I'd at least show you guys the whole battle pass.
Resources to earn. This new performance pass comes with the usual.
And I think this is actually something new. I think this is actually a new challenge. And I believe, if I had to guess, that this is just to do a mission with a why am I having a brain fart right now? With the extra challenges on it, like, you know, the shield disruption and stuff like that. I can't believe I'm just drawing a blank on that. He's probably going to bring it because there's new ones, right? So he's going to bring up later in the video. But of course, I'm drawing a blank on it right now. But yeah, that's nice. We need new challenges. I think that's probably one of my biggest criticisms is that it's like the same 3 challenges you're doing. Put more in, right? Have, you know, killing enemy types, using certain weapons, like throw some more in there, right? Instead of it being like, oh, play as a scout. Oh, play in this region. Like, there's a lot more they could do with the season challenges. And I just hope that I'm hoping this is a good sign. They've added one, and this is specifically for script too, right? It's not for XP. So let's see if we'll see if they add more later down the line.
100 levels of rewards and a cosmetic tree full of other goodies that you can unlock with script.
Yeah, I think they just used the unibrow one.
Free of charge, as always. On the subject of
and this was obviously too a big thing that people didn't really like how they were. It was two things, right? It was one that it was really awesome what they were doing in the sense that if you missed a season, you never missed out on any of the rewards, right? But the problem is when you have 4 seasons worth of shit in the cargo crates and the lost backpacks and things like that and overclocks, is that you get bloat, right? So for newer players, let's say you're a new player, like, hey, I want to get the nukes for the grenade launcher for the fat boy, for the engineer, right? If you're a new player and you have to go through, like at least a couple hundred rewards at the very least, it's a grind if you have bad RNG, right? So I am glad that they've picked a nice middle ground route where they're taking all the stuff out from the seasons out again and putting them back into the individual battle passes. So if there's specific rewards that you do want, you can go to that season and just play that season, right? Because, for example, I'm looking to get the Chipped Shadow from the Lost Packs, but the problem is there's just so much DLC content or season pass content in those packs is that I've only ever got it on my engineer. So I'm glad that this is a thing now because hopefully I could get that skin type because it actually is my favorite paint job for the dwarves. And yeah, you know what? Like, again, the mil-spec. I never got all the mil-spec weapon skins. I want to get for my scout, the G-Core. Is it GK core? Whatever, the scout assault rifle. I want to get that for him. So instead of, RNG and hope for the best, like, okay, I'll just go play that specific season, get that reward. So I think this is probably the best thing they could have done, and I'm looking forward to it, right? And you know what? Once you complete season 5, right? Let's say you complete all these other seasons, and it comes to season 5 and you're done. Guess what? Boop. Go back into that unseasoned state, and it's just that nice classic DRG feeling, right? There's no crazy, existential threat or whatnot. But there's really, I don't know why you would take off season 5, though, right? Because you could at least get money. And there's no shitty mission type, right, that will kind of want you to turn it off. So I'm curious why you would want to turn off this one. Because at least every 5,000 XP, you're going to be gaining some credits, right? Just my thoughts on that matter anyways.
Seasons, we're also adding the ability to reactivate and play through any existing season's content whenever you like. Enabling a season gives you access to the full performance.
Oh, this is going back to the old season
pass
here.
And cosmetic tree of that season, allowing you a direct path to any past unlocks you might have missed.
Oh, was
tree of that
season, was mil-spec season 3? I thought that was season 2. Oh, so okay. I did not know that. So it looks like I'm going to be going back to season 3 after season 5 to get these weapons, because yeah, I'm just like, God, especially ones like the SMG for the engineer. Where is oh, it's right down here, right? Yeah, there's a few things I want to get from this one. So for me, here's a perfect example, right? After season 5, I'm probably going to dive into season 3.
To any past unlocks you might have missed. Any items from these seasons you might already have unlocked will be paid out as cash prizes on the performance.
Which helps out a lot
cards
too.
instead. And should you feel like it, you can simply turn off season content entirely.
What does this say? Changing seasons will reload space, right? There's no performance pass in that season, and you will not progress in it. Yeah, so going back to what I said with season 5, because there's no like altering of the map itself, unless I'm aware of something, you pretty much just say no to extra money after like, you know, every 2 or 3 matches.
That original unseasoned DRG experience. Should also be noted, while past seasons rewards are moving out of the cosmetic cores, cargo crate and lost pack loot pools, we got some brand new goodies going in there to give you more to look for.
New skin right here, which again, I do like this. So for veteran players like myself, where once they take all this stuff out, there might be only a few things left for me to get. Actually, wait, no. I don't even know if there's going to be... I don't know if... You know what? Once... I think the Chipped Shadow skin is one of the very few things left in the Lost Packs that I have not gotten yet. So I am curious to see how many new items they did add. But this is one of the skins, and you will actually see the skin on the SMG for the engineer here just later in the video.
Forward to. Now, let's talk weaponry. We're expanding your arsenal with 12 new...
Oh, well, here we go. This is seeing the new, because he always put the season frameworks right on the bench. So this is a really good look at the new
overclocks.
The new weapon skins there, and they look really good. I might actually use them because it'll go really well with the new DLC pack as well too.
One for each primary weapon. If loud and imprecise is your style, you can look forward to the Hurricane Launcher's new cluster.
All these overclocks look really good.
Warthog Shotgun's new pump action mode.
If this does a lot more damage, I probably will be using this one too.
Or the new firewall function.
This one is a little...
For the crisper flamethrower. New pump action mode.
So it looks like... So you charge it, right? And it looks like... I'm hoping this is not like you charge it, use it, and you have to replace the whole tank, because I feel like this one might go through a lot of the of your ammo, right, for the ammo economy. But the thing is, I have my crisper built so well, like instead of having to do all this charging, they would have already been dead by now just by spraying down the sticky flames, right? So this one I'm not completely sold on, but pretty much all the other ones look really, really good.
Firewall function for the crisper flamethrower. If you prefer team support and precision, you might
burst. I really do want to check this out too, especially if you got better accuracy too as well. I'm really curious about this one.
SMG's spread limiting hyper alloy assembly with the M1000 Classic's brand new marked for death darts.
A great support weapon. I'm curious to see how that changes, you know, team dynamics as well.
And on top of those, we've got plenty of options in the middle.
Actually, I just wanted to see the back.
Marked for death darts.
Oh, I think that's just what's holding his cape. I watched the trailer right for the DLC, and I just don't remember seeing this little backplate there.
And on top of those, we've got plenty of options in the middle to cater to every taste. Expect this should offer some exciting new self-defense options while you're hard at work. Speaking of hard at work, we've logged some new anomalies in the caves.
Anomalies. That's what the term I was looking for earlier. Yes, we have a new challenge, and yeah, so again, going back to my other point about why would you want to shut off season 5, it looks like it's honestly just a new mission type. It doesn't alter, you know, the map in any way, so
which may add a bit of twist to your work assignments.
Blood sugar.
Blood sugar fills the caves with toxic gas that constantly drains your health, but luckily it also makes all bugs drop red sugar at death. In other words, kill to survive. Duck and...
The thing about blood sugar there too as well, they've also claimed that, or not claimed, bad choice, a word there. They let people know that, because when you hear that, you're kind of like, oh god, that might suck, especially for like the long distance between swarms and whatnot. They do say that swarmers are going to be increased on that mission type, so you'll kind of still have that steady supply of blood sugar. Because otherwise, yeah, I don't think a mission type like that would really work, especially in those longer caves where like you'll go like, a couple minutes or so without seeing an enemy, right? So it's good to know. This mission, like this anomaly, duck and cover on the new mission type, I feel like might be pretty difficult on season or on Hazard 5, going back to what I said earlier about just not having anywhere to really run.
Cover adds extra scoops of Huxley's projectile shooting enemies to the caves. Bob, weave, dodge, and return fire. Ebonite Outbreak, on the other hand, fills the caves with Ebonite-infected glyphids only susceptible to melee damage. It's time to get cracking.
And I missed that. When I watched the trailer initially, because I'm like, how the heck is this gonna work? Is it gonna take us 10 years to, melee one of these guys that spawn in the cave? But it looks like Molly actually, as you see right here, pops it out.
It's time to get cracking.
So that's good to know.
Secret Secondary does just what it says. Instead of one, you get 2 optional secondary objectives for an even fatter paycheck.
I'll take it.
And relatedly, we're adding some for an even fatter paycheck.
God, like the Scout has never looked so good. This new armor type. We'll probably play that trailer too as well.
We're
to kind of end this out.
Brand new secondaries too. Management needs.
Baja Barnacles.
And relatedly, we're adding some brand new secondaries too. Management needs your help exterminating the invasive Baja Barnacles and to smash the occasional clutch of glyphid eggs.
So 2 more secondaries added. Some pretty basic, but more spice, right?
They hatch into a bigger problem. There's a lot more to
don't know what this is. I'm guessing it's probably a piece of one of those crawlers, or maybe a sliver of those Morkite crystals, or what the heck they're called. I can't remember now. We just watched that section. But other than like these little tubes here, it looks like this they got rid of a lot of the stuff they added with season 4 and kind of brought the rig back to more of a neutral state.
But management says to speed it up. So, quick fire round. With season 5.
This is one thing I do want them to fix, is that I wish they update every single terminal, right, in the rig, except for the promotion terminal. Jesus, I can't even talk right now. If you guys remember back in the old days, right, like back in the alpha and beta days, that's what all the, like, this is, you use these type of terminals to upgrade, like, these wherever, there's like 5 of them on the rig, like on the main floor of the rig. But for whatever reason, they have not touched the promotions terminal. And this should be like a big grand, like ceremony stage of some kind, right? Where you walk up to and you get your promotion. So it's kind of sad that they still, again, for, 5 seasons later, haven't touched the promotions section. And I get why they probably don't do it. It's because you come up here once in a blue moon to do your promotion, and then you go right back down to the main space rig area, right? But, and it's not even a big criticism. It's a little nitpick. It's just one day I just hope that before DRG's life service ends, is that they spruce up this area a little bit here. And as well, they're going to bring it up here in 2 seconds. I'm glad that, because I know people have always talked about adding new promotional ranks. But I've always understood why Ghost Ship is kind of not really committed to that. It's just because it's just that never-ending chase, right? Like, these people, like, I put a lot of time into getting all my characters to promotion 3 legendary, right? Like, that took hundreds of hours to do. So to get to that finish line, right? And then for Ghost Ship to then, stretch it out, it sucks. Right, and I think Legendary is a good place to end it. So they picked the middle. I think they they've done a really good job in this season of just finding a really good middle ground, right? Where it works for all parties. And I like this. That they add one, an extra star, but two, you get this nice little frame right here with the number, right? So all your hard work, people who are in the thousands, your work is shown, right? Like, which character you like. For some people, maybe they just play as the driller, right? And they have the driller at level 500, but then they have their scout at just the base legendary rank, right? So it shows you your skill too, right? Like what characters you like to use. It's good. I like it.
You can also look forward to an unlimited promotion counter to really show off your experience in the mines. New cosmetic filtering option.
Oh. I'll back it here. Remember I was talking about like the goggles that go in the little different eyes here?
Counter to really show
Those are the goggles right there.
In the mines. New cosmetic filtering options to help organize your growing wardrobe, as well as some new skin tone variations to really...
Oh, I missed this. Some new skin tones, all right. Welcome change.
Look your true self. 3 delightful new dance moves.
I
trust you will use.
I can't believe they added twerking.
3 new levels of new weapons.
And there's this oh, that threw me off for a second. I thought this was the scout using his assault rifle because you could see like this looked like the clip of it, but like wait, or the mag of it, sorry. And this is like the shotgun part. I'm like, what the heck? But it's just the engineer's wearing blue. So weird.
Weapon paint jobs to earn through weapon maintenance.
But the paint jobs look really good. I like that gray one specifically.
Assignments. 20 new cave formations to add.
Yes. Since season 1, this is what I've been saying. To be honest with you, if DRG just like, if for whatever reason the only things that they ever add to this game again were just new cave generation and like paid DLC packs, I would be happy, right? Because the problem as a person who plays this game amount as I do is that yes, there's a lot of cave variations, but you start to really pick out caves that start to feel the same and rooms that you already know every single crevice too, right? Especially in mission types like point extraction, really does suffer from this because in point extraction, it does feel like there's only about like 4 or 5 cave types and then that's it, right? So to have some new cave gen with this season is honestly besides the DLC pack, that's just phenomenal. This is probably my favorite thing in this season. It's just having new cave gen. Sorry, I will let that part play out.
Jobs to earn through weapon maintenance assignments. 20 new cave formations to add new depths and variation to every mission. And of course, a ton of under-the-hood optimizations and...
A couple things here. Obviously, they kind of clean up the perk side here for weapons. And as well, too, this is just one of the new skins that they showed off earlier here, too, with the ghost ship dice on it.
Bug fixing has been going on as usual.
So you can span and collapse.
We've
Cleans
even
up.
added support for DLSS 3
Good.
for the frames. And finally,
Ugh!
no season is complete without a new DLC pack
So good.
for sale. This one grants you the armor of the Order of the Deep, a venerated dwarving mining guild. It's your turn to represent this mighty guild, as generations of greybeards have done before.
I don't know if I like the paint job. I think I like the Ghost Ship Supporter 2 one a bit more because it's the reverse.
For you, let your pickaxe pierce with the Order.
Give Bosco a little hat there too. That's good.
And
But like, this is what I mean. The Scout has never looked this good before. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too much of a fan of the Engineers. It's probably the weakest one. But God, the Gunner and the Scout. Woo!
Flame the deep for rock and stone. That just about covers it, I think. We've worked hard on this one, and I'm mighty happy about the result. Welcome back,
I am
miners.
really curious to see how this
Season
pump action
5,
shotgun
Drilling Deeper.
works.
This is Mission Control signing off. Rock and stone.
All aboard the Drillivator!
Oh, it's a drill and an elevator. I get it now.
And of course, there's going to be new voice lines, right? Of course, to deal with the new enemy types and, you know, the new mission types. So I'm curious to check those out. Sadly, which does suck a lot, I am on the console. I don't play on Steam. I play on Xbox. I got on the early access program that way. But
Hot off the presses. This is Season 5, Drilling Deeper. Let's get right into it.
But you know what? Because we went through pretty much everything else, let's just end off with one of... And even just look at this, 132,000 views for a DLC pack for a game that is years upon years past. Wait, was 1.0 in 2020? So this is like 4 years after the game has launched. And it's still pulling in that for... Also, they used my favorite soundtrack for this one too as well. Have you... I also left a comment here too as well, which pretty much I've always believed in, is that that I don't even care what it is. Like, they can release absolute dog water, and I will buy it just to give them money, right? Because like I put a couple thousand hours at the very least in this game. Me tossing you the odd, $10, like, please let me give you money. So the fact that this is easily one of the best packs they've ever done, and I also get to support them, it's a win-win. Anyways, I'm gonna let this one play because this is my favorite music, my favorite soundtrack. And yeah, I will I guess to talk on the note of music, if people who do not know this, the guy who did the Deep Rock soundtrack pretty much up until last year, he released one final song for us. I don't think there's any new music. I don't think they've hired a new composer since then. I'm just trying to see update trailer, Rogue Core. I wonder if they put it. You can tell me. Echoes from the Past, easily one of the... I don't know, I wish they did more stuff like this too. Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. That's disappointing. Yeah, because they did like a nice little farewell to him.
Hey everybody, Aaron and Mark here from Ghost Ship Games.
We are here to give you a quick rundown of the November maintenance update for Deep Rock Galactic.
First up, Rockpox. You've put up a hell of a fight against the lithophage virus, but we know that not everybody wants to keep up that fight forever. That's why we're giving you the ability to opt out of Rockpox duties if you so choose. Once you reach level 100 on your
Oh, I just butchered that. Oh. Oh, I think this is it right here. Ah, found. Sorry, it took me a second. This is a really good soundtrack, and this is a nice, yeah. Was one of the first employees at Ghost Ship Games. Yeah, mixing all the soundtracks. I think he actually did all the like Alien soundtracks as well. But like, I don't think we're getting any new music with season 5, which is kind of, you know, sad, because like Deep Rock music is one of my favorite. Like, unironically, I would listen to a lot of these soundtracks. Where is my favorite one? No, you guys know. Echoes from the Past, baby. That we heard in the trailer? When you're playing Hazard 5 and this starts playing when you're exploring and you're all amped up and you're just ready. This doesn't even sound like Deep Rock. This sounds like something from like a Zelda game or something. But But anyways, I'm getting way off topic. Just those two things. I guess it's not technically off topic. I think that's just on the topic of us not getting new music. I don't think, because they never did say they hired a new composer for Deep Rock. Well, that's a lie. I imagine they probably hired one for Rogue Core, but in terms of us getting new music in the base game of Deep Rock Galactic, I don't think that's happening. But I think that's an end of the breakdown. I mean, we're going here for almost an hour off a 7-minute video, so I think I probably talked too much. But that is just my in-depth breakdown of Deep Rock Season 5. It's looking like to be the best one yet, which is awesome. Mind you, this is also going to be another massive gap between Season 5 and Season 6. They've already stated that they're not even talking about Season 6 internally until Rogue Core is already out and playable, and they're getting feedback off of that. So we're probably talking like 1.5 to 2 years, depending on how Rogue Core's development goes for Season 6. So this is definitely a long haul. But if you're a new player, or if you're a player like myself where I didn't finish, Season 3, I don't think I finished Season 2 or 3. I think it's Season 1, and I'm at the very end of Season 4. I'm looking to finish Season 4 before Season 5 comes out. This gives you plenty of time to max out those performance passes, right? And get ready for the inevitable Season 6. But I thought I'd kind of give people a heads up on that maybe missed the anniversary stream they did a few months ago. But so it's definitely going to be a long one, a long haul. But I do hope in that very long gap, they do more DLC packs. Because I kind of get a little nervous if DRG kind of sits by itself, for a little bit. Like, just keep making DLC packs. If you want to make a couple in a year without a season, like, next year, right? For like that whole year that there's going to be no DRG content added in terms of a season, give us some DLC packs. Let us support you. I will gladly give you money for some awesome cosmetics in this game. And I do say this in the terms of like, they're not going to leave DRG alone completely, right? Obviously, they're going to be doing a lot of updates in terms of, I imagine there's going to be some tweaking, some balancing with the new enemy types, right? It happened with Season 4. I imagine it's probably going to happen with Season 5. But as well, too, of any bugs that come up, right? Because every season brings in new bugs or, old bugs resurface. So they'll probably do their, every 2-3 month update, right? In that sense. But in terms of like a giant, meaty season, yeah, it's going to be a while. But yeah, I think we're going to end it there. I'm probably actually going to go back to playing some Deep Rock. Gotta grind out those last few levels. But yeah, thank you for watching. This was something a little bit different that I don't tend to do on my channel, but I do enjoy talking about Deep Rock Galactic, so anytime I get a chance to do that is a good one. And also, because people really liked the videos that I did for Season 4, do expect me to upload some Season 5 content in the terms of what the mission briefing is, and all that type of goodies. And we'll probably do a more in-depth review of the performance pass and all those rewards. Probably looking at the new dances in game, and yeah, so it's good. There'll be some Season 5 videos. I'll just say that, probably just to simplify it. There will be Season 5 videos, just like Season 4. And in terms of streaming or doing long form like recordings of just playing Season 5, I don't know. I didn't really do it for Season 4, I don't think. I think maybe Season 3, I think I did a couple streams, but I don't really stream too much Deep Rock anymore. I used to. But to be honest with you, I don't really stream that much regardless. Us just doing the Fallout 4 stuff was probably like the most streaming I've done the past like year and a half, right? And that was only like 12 streams, I think. But yeah. Anywho, thank you so much, guys, for dropping by. And yeah, I'll see you guys in Season 5. And yeah, rock and stone, brothers.